top 5. That's how Shady votes. Oh, he's the guy with the torn ACL.
Okay, you have there. I forgot that. Okay.
He checked the starters right there above the number.
Well, he told me they're all supposed to start.
Well, that's what they checked.
What is that?
That is you'll know. Yeah. Said, yeah. Like that. I'd say it's the same thing. Still like Cabell Midland. Well, we should put on there in a couple minutes to be ready to go.
Change Gibson up there.
Yeah, right. Because since they already had 4, go ahead. Let's put it on there. So there it goes. It's Freddie, Schmidt, Ross, Schmidt, Gibson. Gibson's starting.
Oh, I thought he said low.
Well, that's what he told me over there. The guy with the book told me that. That's what he said he had to do. So we can change it if we have to. Why? But I don't know. Well, I know the Chapmans are going. And the Mans go, right? Whole thing.
Probably a bar singer. Who did he put in there? Jack is not in there.
What's happening? He comes back. Because he said he just assumed the top 5 were in. I said, I don't know.
Does it grab it?
I gotta take that one kid off.
We don't even have anything on yet. Yeah, we don't have any kids on yet.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We're trying to sell things.
We're hot. We're hot. Go, Maris, go. And we welcome to the Raleigh County Convention Center, Dave Barksdale Court, Game 1. I beg your pardon, Day 1, Game 3, and it's a battle between the defending Class AAA champion, Shady Spring Tigers, 3-1, taking on a Class 4A, Cabell Midland. With Bob Boland, I'm Maris Lowry, and Bob, I think we're going to have a great game here to start the night session between the defending Class AAA champion, Shady Spring Tigers, and a 4A squad in Cabell Midland.
Oh, it should be a great game, Maris. Both these teams get up and down the floor. Both of them have a couple of superstar all-state players that are brothers. The
Schmitz against the Chapmans.
Well, and the Schmitz would come up here during COVID and play 2-on-2 against the Chapmans when there was no basketball going on. So those two families go all the way back to Biddy basketball. So they know each other well. Both sets of brothers can play, and both of them have a good supporting cast, so it should be a great game.
And that makes it great for you and I and all of our viewers to have the kind of game we think we're going to have. And if this third game is anything like the 2 previous games, I think we're in for a real treat, because earlier today it was Greater Beckley beating Elkins. Both teams were undefeated, and that was 81-68. But that game was much closer than the score indicated. And then Princeton beat Wyoming East 63-58. But I think we're going to definitely be in for up and down pace in a very exciting game.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this game. Both coaches are looking forward to it. Both of them, I was able to speak with both of them at length before the game, and both of them seem a little uptight, and they know this is a big one.
It is a big one, and I think it can really measure where your team is at this juncture of the season before we turn the page on 2021 and dive into the new calendar year of 2022.
Oh, this is probably the biggest game in the state today or tonight, and we saw earlier Greenbrier East going to South Charleston and getting a big 3-point win down there. So That was a big one. We have 6 games going on video production today, so we're all over the state. Big one right here at the Beckley Convention Center.
And, Bob, too, if you're Shady, you won your first 3 games. You beat Westside, Wyoming East in a big win against Huntington, but you dropped the game at Logan, and we know Logan's very good. If you're Shady and Coach Olson, you definitely don't want to obviously drop 2 in a row. So I know Shady wants to come out, and they want to start the game strong.
Oh, they do, and they're playing a veteran squad. J.J. Martin, has had his team in the state tournament. They've been in the top of 4A for a while, and the Schmidt brothers have been key contributors since their freshman year, with Chandler being a great football player also. So this is going to be a good one.
And Cabell Midland 2-1, and they're only lost to a very good Morgantown team.
Yeah, Morgantown is really good. Talked to Coach Tallman and also Coach Schmidl up there, and he said Morgantown shoots the lights out of the basketball. Preseason right now, I'd have to say I didn't look at the 4A rankings, but I'd have to say Morgantown's got, I know George Washington's always up here at the top. If I'm guessing at this time of year right now, I would say Morgantown's the best 4A team in the state.
Well, we think we'll have a good game, and we'll get you the game going at the top of the hour. We'll go ahead and take our first pregame break as you are watching live streaming coverage of the Battle for the Armory presented by Little General. This is the Burger King part of the bracket here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center here in Beckley with Bob Boland. I'm Maris Lowry. Video Productions would like to thank our live streaming sponsor, David and Cindy Chin of Zavaratis Real Estate. Dave and Cindy work 24/7 to meet your scheduling needs. So whether you're buying or selling, call David and Cindy Chin so they can help you, guide you through the process. Well, Bob, we think we're going to have a heck of a process here between these two teams as they continue to warm up between Shady and Cabell Midland. So what is your take, or actually I guess would be your keys to the game of what do you think each team needs to do to be successful in this game?
Well, first, Maris, for Cabell Midland, they're going to have to be able to attack Shady's different traps. And Shady will come out tonight and show you some half-court traps they haven't really shown this year. Look for that. And, Shady really likes the ball pressure and trap. Now, speaking with J.J. Martin, not doing anything differently than he normally does. He thinks he has good enough ball handlers to handle those traps. So that's the main key for Cabell Midland, to be able to handle those traps. And then for Shady, you've played the whole year with Jack Williams. Jack Williams, one of your top 5 players. He's been in there a lot. He controls the ball a lot. And they have to get used to really quickly in this game of playing without him. And I know he's only a freshman and he's only played in 5 games or 4 games, but he's been a key contributor. So they didn't have him at Logan. They didn't adjust real well. they've had some practice days now. I think they'll be able to. Another big key for Shady, just the Chapman brothers getting going early, and they always do. They always come ready to play. Shady just needs to play their normal game.
And I think the pace of the game also helps Shady. They want it really fast, get Chapman's in the open floor.
And I don't think Cabell Midland will try to slow it down on the offensive end. Now, defensively, Cabell Midland will show some matchup zones. They'll play traditionally their man-to-man, but if they see any mismatches or anything happen, they have a really good matchup zone that they'll go to. So, J.J. Martin and his assistant over there is Dominique and Chandler's mother.
Right.
And she was a great player at Purdue Calumet. I know my NAIA
I know
schools.
you do.
And the dad, big 6'5" bruiser over there, he was a good player also. So the Smith brothers, they have some basketball in their genes.
Yes, they do. And those keys are brought to you by Beckley Auto Mall. We'll go ahead and take another break and get you ready for the game. At the top of the hour was Cabell Midland taking on Shady as you're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center in Beckley with Bob Boland. I'm Maris Lowry, getting you ready for the game here at the top of the hour at 6 o'clock between Shady and Cabell Midland. And Bob, both teams going through their final warm-ups in what we think is going to be an outstanding game. This is the 3rd game here on the first day of this event, being presented by Little General. And this is the Burger King part of the tournament. We had the Pepsi part of the tournament earlier, and we had two good games already. And we think the night session, this one and then the nightcap, Beckley and Huntington St. Joe's, will be 2 really good games we have for you tonight here on Video Production.
Well, Maris, I'm hungry, and you got the Burger King, section and the Pepsi section, and we got 2 games to do here and starved. You know, Little General has a really nice hospitality room here, so maybe at halftime or between games they can help us out a little bit.
Maybe. I haven't been able to take advantage. I've been here since 12:30. I did the 2 earlier games, and glad to be working with you tonight. And I think this is good. I'm very intrigued about this matchup.
Oh, I am too, and I'll just by comparing scores and watching a little bit of warm-ups, before I came here today, I would have said this could be a toss-up. Now, just after watching a few things and comparing some scores and doing a little studying today, I would believe Shady has the advantage. Not knocking the Schmidt brothers are really, really good, but they don't have as much experience returning as Shady does in the role player positions. They had Riggio. Let's see if I can pull these out. Riggio and KK Siebert, 2 really good players. They played in the Scott Brown All-Star game last last year that we're seeing.
Right.
Yes, they're really good players.
And we'll have the playing of our national anthem. We'll take a final break, come back, get you ready for the game as you're watching exciting high school basketball here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Shambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
And we welcome you back to Beckley. And as Bob had told you right before we went to the break, he has compared scores. So just to give you an idea, Cabell Midland, as I mentioned, 2-1. They defeated Riverside 72-63. Their lone loss was a very good team. In fact, Morgantown currently ranked number 1 in 4A. They lost to Morgantown 72-41, and then they beat Notre Dame by the score of 65-58. On the flip side, Shady 3-1. Big wins over Westside and Wyoming East. They beat Westside 81-41 and Wyoming East 65-29. They clobbered Huntington 76-45 before losing their only game to Logan by the score of 57-49. So we're taking a look at the starting lineup. Cabell Midland will be the visitors on the scoreboard. They'll wear the black uniforms trimmed in red and white. For Cabell Midland, it'll be Cooper Gibson, Dominic Schmidt, Kyle Frost, Chandler Schmidt, and Jackson Fetty. And now for Shady, it'll be Braden Chapman, Amar Maxwell, Cole Chapman, and it'll be Jaden Holstein and Cameron Mans. So Shady wearing the white uniforms, and like I said, I think that once we get the ball in the air, Bob, I think that Shady's going to want to get up and down the floor, have the Chapmans in space, attacking the basket, spotting up, shooting. I'm really excited about this game.
Oh, I think you're exactly right. That's how Shady wants to play. And they can force their opponent to play that way because of their defensive pressure. So that's what they're able to do.
So we're moments away from getting the game started. Shady getting their final instructions under head coach Ronnie Olson. Cabell Midland out. And we'll see who's going to be in the center circle to jump. It's probably going to be Chandler Smith. No, let's see who's going to jump. For Shady, it'll be Cameron Mans to jump in the center circle. And it is going to be...
Yeah, we have Jaden Holstein not in the lineup right now, but expect him to be out there rather quickly.
And Fetty will jump in. It'll be Cabell Midland controlling the tip. Going to the basket to my left are the Cabell Midland Knights. Shady out in what they normally do, Bob, play man-to-man defense.
Yeah, Shady in there. Traditional. They really like to put a lot of pressure on the basketball in their man-to-man defense.
So Cabell Midland working around the horn outside. The Knights get the ball down low on the left side with Schmidt. Here's a 3-ball from the right corner. It's no good, and the rebound is cleared by Braden Chapman. Chapman now throws the ball back out. Here's a 3 by Mans. It's short. Rebound by Chapman. Lay it up and in. That was put back by Cole Chapman.
Yeah, Cole Chapman. Very rare you see your point guard on the offensive boards. Good move by Cole Chapman. Shady not going with their traps yet. Just trying to play good, fundamentally sound man-to-man defense.
So here's Cabell Midland with the ball in the front court. Fetty with it. Throws the ball across the way. Here's a three. Good from on the right side. A three ball by Dominic Schmidt.
Dominic Schmidt, he lit. He had about 7 threes in the second half against Beckley a couple years ago. He likes to shoot in this building.
Little short shot off the glass, no good by Chapman. And Mans has the rebound, but he loses it. Here comes Cabell Midland. They got numbers, 3-on-2. And I thought for a minute there they're going to turn it over, but here's a deep three, and it's good. Wow.
Dominique Schmidt has range. He loves the step back. Sometimes he's more accurate shooting a step back than he is a regular three. Now Cabell Midland is showing you their matchup zone defense.
Well, that was from a different zip code when he dialed up that three.
Oh, Chandler Schmidt can light it up, and when he gets his confidence going, he's a very streaky shooter.
Here's
great.
a steal. Great
lane.
Anticipation. You're right, in the passing lane, back the other way for what would be the easy layup, and it was no good, but good hustle that time by Cooper Gibson. Had his shot blocked by Maxwell.
Yeah, as we take a look at Chandler Schmidt. 7 feet behind the three, bam, knocks it down.
And they could have called a foul. They knocked him to the ground as well. No whistle, but he's able to get the three ball. But it will be Cabell Midland's ball with Chandler Schmidt the inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Fetty, and around the horn they go, out to Gibson.
Now, Maris, the only thing you forgot, both of his parents were college players. He kicked that foot up and took a dive there, Mary. And both of his parents are college players. He knows that. Boy,
look at
that.
Deep three, in and out, no good. That was by by Chandler Schmidt. And back the other way come the Tigers. Here's Maxwell with it, right side three ball on its way. Got it!
Mar Maxwell with the deep three. Coach Ronnie Olson likes to use those timeouts after his team scores, and he's talking about defense.
Well, I think for Shady, and as good as Shady was, and I think you'll agree with this, Bob, as good as they were a year ago and winning the state championship, I thought what set the tone was their defense that allowed their offense to become what they were.
Oh, I think without a doubt that's correct. Shady likes to turn the pressure up on people. They like to score off their defense. They turn people over. The main difference in this year's team and last year is no Todd Duncan. And although Shady has some great shooters, none of them can shoot it as deep as Todd Duncan. And when he could shoot it from 30 feet, that opened up driving lanes for the Chapmans. And now where Holstein has turned into more of a scorer this year, that helps Shady be diverse and not just be the two Chapmans, because they're going to get theirs.
Right. Shady extending the pressure. Cabell Midland breaks the pressure, gets the ball down low in the paint, and here's a steal. Just like we talked about, defense becoming an offense. Braden Chapman to the rim, puts up the shot, doesn't go, but he draws the foul.
So Ronnie Olson called timeout there to set up that half-court trap that he talked to us about earlier. And, they were able to get us a late steal. And Braden Chapman on the replay, leading with the shoulder, drawing the elbow. Just so savvy, so fundamental. Sam knows how to get to the free throw line.
The first one comes up short. He'll have another one. As checking back into the lineup will be Cameron Mans.
And let's see after this free throw, Shady will do one of two things. They're either going to pick up full man. If you see him drop back, look for that half-court trap. That's a
uncharacteristic. He missed both of them.
Yeah,
so back the other way comes Cabell Midland.
Yeah.
So here are the Knights on the attack. With the ball is Frost. Frost now to Fetty between the circles. Shady really D'ing it up, man-to-man, trying to deny the pass. Now they double team, and here's a steal. Great defensive play. Mans in the open floor, attacks the rim, puts the shot up, misses, but there's a follow-up, and I'm surprised there that Holstein just, instead of passing it, he just wouldn't follow up with the shot.
Yeah, I thought Holstein should have taken that. A little bit too unselfish there. Braden Chapman at the line. You can write down he's not going to miss 4 in a row, Maris. You can go ahead and put one of these two, probably both, in the book.
I would agree with that. I wouldn't think so. First free throw's on its way, nothing but net.
As we take a look here, Jaden Holstein kept it alive, flipped it back to his teammate. Very unselfish play. If he makes both of these, it turns out to be the right play because they drew a foul and got a bucket. If he misses one, it turns out to be the wrong play.
So free throw on its way is good. So after missing 2 before, he gets up the line and makes both of these.
Yeah, he knew he'd have to run around the farm tonight, in the backyard, if he missed 4 in a row.
And I'll tell you what, now there's a timeout by Cabell Midland. And let's see if that'll be a 30 or will it be a full timeout. be a 30. But I'll tell you what, Bob, I know the Chapmans real well. As a matter of fact, they had a birthday party for me out there on their, as you say, the farm. And you're right, that farm is so big, it's got its own zip code out there. It's so big.
Yeah, if he missed 4 in a row, I'm sure Brian and April would have him jogging around the farm tonight. Not going to miss 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Now, those kids are mentally tough. They work hard. Now, the timeout for Cabell Midland here, when I talked to Coach J.J. Martin before the game, he thought his ball handlers were good enough to handle the pressure Shady throws at you. Well, they turned it over 2 or 3 times in a row now, so he decided to get a timeout. Now, you know Shady's going to go to a trap somewhere.
Right.
Ronnie Olson will probably change it up and trap after you cross half court. Let's see the chess match.
So here's Cabell Midland out of the timeout. They'll inbound the ball.
Here it comes. Get ready for it.
Yep.
Right there's the trap.
Right, saw it coming. They get the ball into the right corner. Cabell Midland with a 3. It's too strong. They battle for the rebound. And here comes Shady Spring racing out of there with it with Chapman. Puts a little scoop shot. Braden Chapman over his head and scores.
Yeah, Braden Chapman with a left-hand finish on the right side of the basket. Good move.
Back the other way, Cabell Midland, and we're going to have a turnover once again. It looks like you could tell here in the first, 3.5 minutes of this first quarter, Bob, that the pressure has really been able to turn Cabell Midland over.
It is, and Braden Chapman, watch him cuff it, left-handed scoop. Yeah, the right call there. Chandler Smith trying to do the NBA thing and draw the foul. The referee was not fooled at all on it.
Cole Chapman trying to make a bounce pass inside to Holstein, and they turn it over. Coming back the other way is Cabell Midland. Here are the Knights with it with Chandler Smith, 15-footer from the left elbow. It is no good. They battle for the rebound. It'll stay with Cabell Midland.
Yeah, that's hard to do what he did there. I mean, the older Smith brother with that pull-up, full speed, straight into that jump shot, he can get that off when he wants.
So Cabell Midland inbound on the baseline.
Oh, Braden Chapman getting away with a little hug
A little bit of hold there it was, yep.
Yeah.
So here's Cabell Midland trying to reset their offense. Here's a drive to the basket, getting into the lane, little floater, no good. That shot was put up by Dominic Schmidt. It'll be out of bounds over to Shady. But right now I have to be very impressed as Cabell Midland has missed their last 6 field goal attempts and haven't scored in 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, the Shady defense has been tremendous. Shady on a 7-0 run right now.
Cole Chapman with it now. Pass it to his brother, Braden Chapman.
Yeah, now Shady's in their zone offense now against this matchup zone.
Around the horn they go. Over to Braden Chapman. He'll penetrate. Mid-range shot, and that's an air ball. And he's in between. And, Bob, you and I talked about this on the game we did last week with Beckley and Bluefield. That's kind of a lost art, that pull-up mid-range shot right there.
Yeah, and the old-school Chapman brothers have that art. And he just very uncommon for Braden to have a $50 move with a 5-cent finish. And that's uncommon for him.
So here is Cabell Midland. Chandler Schmidt with it, gets into the lane, puts up the shot.
Whoa,
and he comes down and he hits his head as he draws the foul into the lane. And he's a tough young man, and he bounces right back up.
Yeah, the coach, his mom, and the trainer start to jog on the floor. And, tough is an understatement.
Yes.
That's a tough kid right there. I mean, he hit that floor hard and just shakes it off. And
so it'll be 2 shots coming here for Chandler Smith. And the first free throw on its way, and it's good.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that, Maris. He did a good job. 1-2, drew the foul.
Ooh.
And, nothing malicious there by Jaden Holstein. Just when you're in the air sometimes and there's contact, your feet can go out from under you. So able to go hit both of them. It'd take more than this wood floor to slow that kid down.
Yeah, not much give, though, in that wood floor as he took a bounce, a hard bounce off that wood floor.
He is a tough kid.
Maxwell with it. Now gets the ball back out to Braden Chapman. Chapman over to Braden Chapman to Cole Chapman. Around the horn they go. Maxwell will dial up a 3 from the left side and hit it.
Yeah, Shady, Maxwell, great deep three-point shooter. Good ball movement, knocks it down.
So they're swinging the ball faster than the defender could get out there, and Maxwell able to rain from behind the arc. Here comes Cabell Midland once again. Schmidt, hard take to the basket. They'll call a reaching foul on the drive.
Yeah, Braden Chapman has to watch that. Schmidt's a good ball handler, and trying to pick him up that deep. If you watched earlier in the drive when Schmidt was dribbling to the left, Braden Chapman kind of stuck his right arm in there to impede the dribbler, and these referees aren't going to let that happen. But the players have to adjust and say, hey, they're going to call that, don't do it.
Yeah, Shady currently on a 10-1 run over the last 3 minutes. As here comes the pass inside, Fetty curls up and can't get it to go. The rebound is Chapman. Braden Chapman with it. Chapman whips a pass inside, and they turn it over. Schmidt with it. Comes back the other way. Cabell Midland on the move. Here's a trail. That's a deep three. And it's good. I mean, that's from another zip code from Dominic Schmidt.
Dominic Schmidt has great range, great follow-through. The BEEF acronym, balance, eyes, elbow, and follow-through for Schmidt.
Here's a drive. A little short shot, too strong. Offensive rebound, put back up, missed it again. Shady had 2 really good looks that time by Sam Jordan, and he couldn't finish.
Yeah, we take a look at the range. Dominic Smith, his brother, kicks it back to him. How many times do you think they've done that in the driveway? A little kick, knocks it down. I was so impressed with him as a freshman when he came in here. I'm speaking of Dominic Schmidt. He can shoot it from deep.
And, you know, Bob, if you hadn't seen him play, you would have thought, wow, he's way too far out to be taking that shot. But he looked very comfortable, obviously, as he was able to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Mans in the corner. He's going to get the ball inside. Holstein, right of the lane, lay it up and in.
Jay Holstein's so much better at that this year, scoring around the basket. Great pass by Cameron Mans.
Yeah, and a nice finish. He's able to catch it, shoot, and score. So here's Cabell Midland here in the front court. Schmidt over to Schmidt, the brothers. Dominic has it now. Will take it off the dribble, get into the lane. Fall away, count if it goes. It doesn't go, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line. That's a really nice take to the basketball, getting right into the knife of the defense and drawing that foul.
Yeah, and he's able to do that because of his strength. Great football player on a terrific team at Cabell Midland. So Shady's going to have to adjust and, you know, stop wasting fouls. You got to just go up and challenge him. You know, they're playing Chandler Schmidt so far away from the basket, and he's shown already he can beat people to the basket.
That's right. You know, you give him, you get up on him, he can take you off the dribble to create his own shot. He misses the first of 2, and here's the back end of the 2-shot opportunity, so he gets 1 of 2.
Yeah, we have a good one going here. Chess match as Cabell Midland's going to stay in that matchup zone.
So here's Shady Maxwell in the corner. Back around they go. The Chapman brothers pass it out high. Pick up his dribble.
Yeah.
Ball goes from Cole over to Braden.
Yeah,
now to Maxwell.
Fake a pass to make a pass. It's a good thing to remember against a matchup zone. If you fake a pass and get the zone movement, also attack gaps like Chapman just did there.
Braden Chapman over to his brother Cole. He'll dial up a 3 from the left side and hit it. Splash down from the left side.
Yeah, I thought that was a good job by the officials not calling the little flop. I'm not a big fan of the charge after a pass unless it's just really flagrant.
Here's the shot inside, no good. Maxwell clears the rebound for Shady. Shady on the attack. Braden Chapman stops. Over to Cole Chapman, right of the lane, lay it up and in.
Chapman to Chapman, but this time it's Braden to Cole. Cole with a nice finish.
So it's a 17-5 run for Shady over the last 5 minutes and 15 seconds, probably last shot time for the first quarter.
Yeah, and Cabell Midland's won for their last 9 field goals, and that was a deep 3 by Schmidt. He has 9 of their 12 points right now, putting the show on.
Here's a 3 ball put up by Chandler Schmidt. It's no good. Shady's got time to get a shot off. They trying to get a pass down the court. It's deflected, and that's how the first quarter will end. At the end of 1, your score is Shady 19, Cabell Midland 12. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Battle for the Armory here on Video Productions.
This one's for everyone who spends the amount of time it would take to watch a movie, agreeing on which movie to watch. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton. Or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
Ready to start the second quarter, and Bob, over the last 5:44 of the first quarter, Shady went on a 17-5 run to take this lead as we start quarter number 2.
Well, the turnover battle's pretty even, but Cabell Midland is 3 for 13, 23% from the field, while Shady is shooting 54%. And the Schmidt brothers have a 12-11 lead on the Chapman brothers, but the supporting cast is 8-0 in Shady's favor.
Right, here's Braden Chapman with it. He gets a screen. Now gets the ball to Cole Chapman to Maxwell. Back to Braden Chapman, looking at the zone of Cabell Midland. They try to get the ball inside, and they turn it over. Here comes Cabell Midland back on the break, 3-on-2. But Shady gets back in transitional defense, and good job by Shady to get back and not give up an uncontested layup. So Cabell Midland on the attack. Here with the ball is Frost. Now they get the ball back out high to Dominic Schmidt. Around the horn they go, trying to get the ball inside, and they do to Chandler Schmidt. They double team him. Whips pass across the way. Here's a three from the right corner on its way. No good. Fight for the rebound, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Cabell Midland.
Yeah, people that don't have the last name Schmidt haven't scored. So that was really smart of Shady to double Chandler Schmidt. Make somebody else score a bucket.
Make somebody else beat you, absolutely.
Yeah, smart play by Ronnie Olson there.
Yep. So here's Cabell Midland with it.
And that's an advantage. Shady can switch and put Holstein on the ball because he moves his feet so well.
And
5 seconds.
Great defensive play.
Yeah, just right as we talk about him, he moves his feet as well as anybody on Shady's team defensively. So when you set a ball pick and say, let's let their center guard our
right.
No advantage.
Happen, right.
No advantage.
So Cole Chapman will bring it up. He'll get it across the midcourt stripe. There's Jordan to set a screen. Now they get the ball over to Mans. He'll put it on the deck, throw a pass inside, shot right of the lane. Jordan, no good. And coming out there with it is Cabell Midland. We'll race back the other way. And here comes Chandler Schmidt going all the way to the basket, put up the shot, and he's fouled, and he'll get to the line.
Yeah, Chandler Smith, you see the hesitation and then the explosion, just like he does on the football field. Able to get in there and get to the free throw line again. And Chandler Schmidt, although he's 0 for 5 from the field, he's 3 for 4 from the line right now.
So he's got 2 free throws coming here. First free throw on its way is no good.
And you know what I always say, 2 missed free throws is an invisible turnover.
That's right.
It's the same result. So if you're going to take it in there and get fouled, you got to make it show on the scoreboard.
And he gets 1 of 2 as he makes the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. Back the other way quickly comes Shady on the attack. As Cole Chapman has it. He looks over the Cabell Midland defense, brings the ball to the right side of the floor. He comes off a pick, gets the ball in the corner. Braden Chapman back out to Mans, over to Cole Chapman. Now into the corner to Braden Chapman. He'll put it on the deck. He'll tack the rim. He'll get into the lane, throw the ball out. And good job by Cabell Midland shutting off Shady inside. Jordan, and it's an offensive foul. Jordan looked like he just lowered his shoulder and ran over the defender.
Yeah, good job by 21 there on our roster.
Is Tevin Taylor for Cabell Midland.
Tevin Taylor. Good defensive play by Taylor, able to draw the foul. That's twice so far in this game that high school players sometimes think the closer you get the ball to the basket, the better the shot, and that's just not always true.
That is correct.
I mean, an open 8-footer is much better than a contested 4-footer.
Absolutely.
And Shady usually doesn't make that mistake. They don't worry about the range of their shots, but here goes the half-court trap. See if Cabell Midland's able to handle it better than they did early.
So here's Cabell Midland with it. Here's a take to the basket, into the lane, a lot of contact. We're going to have a blocking foul. No, they're going to call a charge. I beg your pardon. I spoke too soon, and it's going to be a charge and go the other way.
Yeah, we'll take a look. We were blocked out here by the referees. Let's see. Hesitation, drive. Cameron Mans, fell straight back, took it right in the chest. Good job by Mans.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Shady's defense. Like I said, Cabell Midland's only made 1 of their last 11 field goals, and they have no field goals in the last 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the difference right now.
So here's Maxwell with it. Maxwell gets the ball over to Braden Chapman. Now they go to Mans, gets the ball inside. Holstein with the finish. In and out, no good. Heartbreak. How did that not stay down?
And Holstein did a great job of keeping the possession alive. Good pass by Braden Chapman.
Yes, and now Holstein will draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, Jaden Holstein, I'm just telling you, he is so much better than last year. Right there, he jumped into the defender, but he had the defender out of position, which created a foul. Big difference in jumping in and drawing the foul when the defender's out of position. When he's in position, you jump into him, it's a charge.
So the first time tonight, Holstein will get the free throw line. He leaves it short. He'll have another one coming.
Woo, short wasn't a.
Well, I was being kind, Bob. He barely hit the front of the rim on that one.
And I like to see when a shooter shoots one that big, get off the line, re-step up to the line. And Holstein, he knew. He just said, I'm not missing another one.
Hits the back end of it. So here comes Cabell Midland as they try to break the pressure, and they do get the ball in the front court to Fetty.
Yeah, but even though they're getting by the pressure, they're not making Shady pay.
Here's Schmidt into the lane.
Shady
bench thought he'd walk, but it was a little up and under. A nice play.
Beautiful move. Jaden Holstein played that perfectly. Just a better move by Chandler Schmidt.
Here's a left-handed shot put up by Braden Chapman, which is left-handed. It's no good, and here comes Cabell Midland back the other way. Here's a deep three, and if that would have went in, Bob, I'd have walked home.
I tell you,
that was too good a defense right there.
Yeah, that was.
Here comes Shady with Maxwell with the pass in the front court. Get the ball back to Chapman. He'll dial up a three. Back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound. Nice hustle by Mans to keep it alive. Here's another opportunity for a three by Cole Chapman, no good. And we're going to have, I think, a Cabell Midland foul. And Fetty will be whistled for the night foul.
Yeah, Shady dominating that possession on the boards. Shady has a 15-9 rebounding advantage right now. Totally dominating on the boards.
So Cabell Midland will dip into its bench. And we'll get the update of the new player in, and they're going to call this on the floor. The new player into the game is Kyle Frost. He'd already been in. He's back into the game as Shady will inbound on the baseline. Ball comes way out high to Maxwell, and they battle for the loose ball. Maxwell they thought he got away with the push to the Cabell Midland bench. No whistle. And here's Shady with a nice pass. Holstein puts it up. No. They disallow it. They'll call it an offensive foul.
Now, in high school basketball, that's a charge. But the player was under the basket. And you see those little restricted areas in there for the college game where WVU Tech plays here. In the college game, that's an and one. And that's just different because it's inside the restricted area.
Right.
High school needs to add that to their rules. And
I totally agree.
And get West Virginia up to the 20th century.
Here's a three ball from the left corner.
21st century, whatever century.
Airball, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
2022, right? Here's Maxwell with a spin move, and there's a lot of contact, and he draws the foul. How about that little spin move by Maxwell?
Beautiful move. He lost a little control of the ball late, or he would have spun around and put that in the basket.
But he does get bailed out by getting a lot of contact.
Yeah. And
he'll get to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, Maxwell, good shooter, only a sophomore. Shady doesn't have a senior on the roster. That's amazing.
And, as good as Shady shoots from the floor, they've struggled from the line.
Yeah. Look at what his spin. Spin and just lost control a little bit right there. Great recovery defensively by Kyle Frost.
Yeah, Shady just 4 of 7 at the free throw line as Maxwell now will shoot the second shot of this two-shot foul. Second free throw on its way. Looks good and is. He got them both. So Sam Jordan back into the Shady lineup. Maxwell has a seat.
Yeah, Shady going with a 6-man rotation right now, and you see Jack Williams over there in street clothes, and you see Brady Green, which hasn't even got to play yet at Shady, and watching him this summer, really good shooter, strong. He would have really helped Shady this year.
Jordan almost got the steal. Now they double team. Now here is the steal by Shady. Nice play by Cole Chapman. Chapman to Braden Chapman. Fake, stop, open three, left side, back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it comes out to Cole Chapman. Now to Braden. He'll launch it up for three again. He can't get it to go. Jordan had the offensive rebound. It's stripped. It'll go off Jordan's leg back over to Cabell Midland.
Right now, obvious the difference. Shady's 0 for their last 7 field goals. The difference right now is Shady is dominating the boards. 18-9. They double Cabell Midland up on the boards, and that is the difference right now.
So here's Dominic Schmidt into the front court. Picks up his dribble. Get the ball to Fetty between the circles. Fetty will hand the ball over to Taylor into the game. And now they set a ball screen, trying to set a ball screen up high now for Chandler Schmidt. Schmidt tacks the rim. Nice shot.
Woo!
What a play.
Oh, cuffed it with his left hand. Took that right hand, beautiful move, and then Cole Chapman says, if you can do it on one end, I can do it on the other.
Yeah.
Cool Cole Chapman with the bucket.
Nice finish left of the lane. But both plays, both the great offensive moves on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
So it looks like Shady's forcing Cabell Midland, Bob. Is it me or is that the case? It's forcing a little further out to start their offense.
You got that right, Mary. hard to run an offense when you've passed 6 times and you haven't got to the hash mark
Right,
yet.
yeah, you're not even into the lane. Here's a shot left of the lane. It's no good that time by Chandler Smith. And a nice bounce pass, and Sam Jordan could not control the ball. They battled for it. The ball is loose. It comes right out to Shady. The 15-footer is no good by Cole Chapman. The ball is still loose on the floor. They battle for it, and Shady comes out of there with it, and a timeout by Ronnie Olson of Shady.
Yeah, timeout. Great hustle by both teams. Enjoyable game to watch. Sam Jordan a little disappointed there, not able to finish that layup. Full timeout.
Full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of exciting high school basketball here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Out of the timeout, Shady will have the ball. So we're closing in on the final 2 minutes of the opening half. And now let's see what Shady will do out of that timeout, Bob.
Cabell Midland stayed in their matchup zone, so they didn't make any switches, which they shouldn't, because Shady's won for their last 10. I wouldn't make a change if I was J.J. Martin either.
Here's Braden Chapman, a deep three from the corner, no good. Shady hitting the offensive glass, and as you mentioned before we went to break, as Shady gets the turnover, and there's a foul to be a two-shot opportunity, but Shady really owning Cabell Midland off the glass.
Yeah, Gavin Davis just checked into the game, and what did he do? Went down there, kept a rebound alive, and got an extra possession for his team.
Yeah, good hustle as Braden Chapman able to be the benefactor from that and get to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, when it's not going in for you, 1 for their last 11 field goals, you got to get to the line, and no, that's not going in real well either. So why is Shady winning? Defense.
Right, and uncharacteristic, Shady struggling at the free throw line.
Yeah, especially Braden Chapman.
Here comes the back end of the two-shot opportunity. He gets 1 of 2 as Maxwell will check back into the lineup.
Yeah, Braden Chapman right now 3 for 6 from the line. But look at the rest of his stat line. 5 defensive rebounds. He hasn't shot it well, 1 for 7. But, all that'll come. The stats, the steals, the assists, the moving the ball, doing everything right. Just not able to hit the broadside of a barn today, but on good players and shooters, that usually changes during the game.
And none of that, Bob, and you know this of all the years you've coached. I mean, you may not shoot it well every night, but you can play good defense every night. That's for sure. And so here's Cabell Midland on the attack.
Braden Chapman usually does shoot it well, and
deep three, and that's going to just graze the front of the rim as Shady had to come out of the rebound. Is that deep three by Dominic Schmidt, and here comes Shady actually slowing it down, walking it up with Cole Chapman.
And look for Shady if they attack the middle of that free throw line against that matchup zone. That's what's open yet. So I'd like to see him put a ball handler in the middle of that free throw line like Braden Chapman or somebody and let them go to work for this, because that matchup zone is just matching up with all 5 of their players outside the perimeter, and Shady's really struggling.
Yeah, it looks like Shady a little bit of a weave here, just trying to find maybe somebody or something for an open look. Jordan with it now, and he gets the ball over to Cole Chapman.
Yeah, the middle, the foul line area is the open part against this matchup zone.
Yeah, trying to get a driving lane, and there's a nice pass to Davis right of the lane, puts up a short shot and can't get it to go. And here comes Chandler Schmidt out of there with the rebound, racing up the floor. Nice pivot move into the lane. Comes over here to his brother. 3 ball, no good. That shot was put up by Dominic Schmidt, and Cabell Midland just have only made one of they haven't had a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes.
And it's not that cold in here tonight, Maris.
Oh.
It's usually colder than that in this Armory.
Well, it's freezing in here now by the way they're shooting. Both teams ice cold from the floor. So here's Shady.
They need to go to Holstein down low. Nobody can make a shot. Get Holstein the ball on that low blocker right there in the middle of the Matchup zone, let him go to work.
Yeah, last shot time of the half, 7 seconds remaining in it. Shady's got to get off a shot. They got to hurry. Chapman makes a move into the lane, off the glass, and he scores just ahead of the buzzer to give Shady their largest lead of the game, a 10-point advantage at the break. It is a 10-point lead for Shady, 27-17. We'll come back and recap the first half, go over stats. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Battle for the Armory here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
We welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center, and Bob Shady with this largest lead, 27-17. And we've got a nice replay that we can take a look at.
Yeah, right before the buzzer beater. Cole Chapman, little spin move, running one-legged shot, sweet kiss off the glass to give Shady the 10-point lead.
Yeah, and it's really, you're thinking 27-17, and it just shows you how good of a defense Shady played in that first half, Bob, to hold a very good team like Cabell Midland, only 17 points.
Oh, Shady played tremendous defense. Cabell Midland only shooting 24% from the field, holding them to 5 field goals and a half with the Schmidt brothers. So Shady's not playing well offensively. They're not going to try to trick anybody. That's as poor as they can play offensively, but you have a 10-point lead.
That's what I'm saying.
So Ronnie Olson can't be what's he fussing about? Make a shot? They're trying to make shots, but the little things, the defense, the turnovers, the hustle, Shady doing it all, and when you can play bad against a 4A team and have a 10-point lead, wow.
Well, Bob, that makes a lot of sense, but you know how some of you coaches are. You're never happy about nothing, right?
Well, you usually look at turnovers. Now, Shady had 8.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's throwing a fit on 8 turnovers up there, and they forced 8. And that's usually something Shady wins, battle of the turnovers, 8-8. But, you got to fuss about something, but effort's
been there.
Yeah, and when effort's there, coaches don't want to coach effort.
Well, you shouldn't have to, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you have to coach effort, that takes so much of your energy out. And they don't have to. Shady had the effort. So did Cabell Midland. Both teams had good effort, but on the offensive end, neither one of them shot it well. Some of it had to do with the defense, but some of it didn't.
And here's the thing, Bob. I'm sure, in all your years of coaching, if you have to coach effort, they're probably going to end up sitting beside you, right?
Oh, yeah. You don't want to coach that. You coach that at practice.
Right, because they don't do it in the game. They're not going to play. All right, at the break, it's a 10-point Shady lead. When we come back, we'll break it down a little bit more with individual and team totals as you are watching live streaming coverage of the Battle from the Armory here in the Burger King edition of this tournament being put on by Little General Stores here on Video Productions.
Important to you when buying windows, siding, and doors?
Is it energy savings, cost, quality, warranty, or perhaps color options, low maintenance, service, or financing options?
Or all of the above, when the world offers it all.
We listen to your needs and go above and beyond your expectations. Schedule your free, no obligation, in-home estimate by calling Window World of Beckley today.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve.
Welcome back to the Raleigh County Convention Center in Beckley. Video Productions would like to thank our live streaming sponsor, David and Cindy Chin from Zapparatus Real Estate. David and Cindy work 24/7 to meet your scheduling needs. So whether you're buying or selling, you need to call David and Cindy Chin so they can help guide you through the process.
And you know what else they can do, Maris?
They can.
If you buy a big enough house, he can set up a weight room for you. As the owner of LA East, David Chin, he can sell you the house, and then he can design your weight room inside.
And the number there on the screen, 304-575-0838. But talking about the process, we can take a look at some of the numbers, Bob. And as we do, we take a look at Shady. And as we talked about in our last segment, they haven't shot the ball well, as they're only 9 of 26 from the floor and only 3 of 9 downtown and 6 of 10 at the foul line.
Yeah, they haven't shot the ball extremely well, but they're able to have a 10-point lead. And the majority of that is points in the paint. Shady holds a 12-4 advantage in points in the paint. Second chance point. They held Cabell Midland the entire first half with 0 second chance points. Shady was able to get 7. You know, even the way Shady is pressuring Cabell Midland on defense, Cabell Midland had 1 assist the first half. So that's a tribute to Shady's great defense, and nobody other than the Schmidt brothers scored a bucket.
Right.
You know, Schmidt brothers have 17. The rest of their supporting cast 0. The Chapman brothers have 16, but they've been able to get other players involved. Their supporting cast has 11.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Dominic Schmidt leads the way with 9, and his brother Chandler Schmidt with 8, and that's it. Only 5 of 21 was Cabell Midland from the floor. There were 3 of 12 from downtown and 4 of 6 at the free throw line. But you look at Shady, they were able to get Braden Chapman with 5 points. Maxwell, I thought, played well. He hit a 3 ball over there on the far side. He had 8 points. Cole Chapman had 11, and then 3 by Holstein.
Yeah, and Cole Chapman is 5 for 8 from the field. Amar Maxwell is 2 for 2. So those two shooting 7 out of 10. You take that away, the rest of Shady's team is 2 for 16. So Cole Chapman, Amar Maxwell, keeping Shady going offensively while the rest of the guys are shooting at a shivering pace. But Shady's winning the game on the defensive end. And, I mean, you just think about that. You got a AAA team, which is the old 2A, and the 4A team, which is the old 3A.
Right.
But you got a team, a classification down, shooting the ball poorly and up double digits. That's just saying how good Shady is.
Right, especially on the defensive end of the floor. And the numbers brought to you by Giovanni's Pizza with 2 locations. Glen Daniel on your stop by Giovanni's on your way to a Liberty game, and also Leicester Square and Sophia. We'll take one more break, come back, get you ready for the second half. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Battle for the Armory here on Video Productions.
Name is Hank, and I'm coming clean. Everyone I know thinks I know something about plumbing. Oh, I look the part. I talk the talk. I have all the tools, snake, pipe wrenches, torches, but I can't fix anything. I can't even flush a toilet. What they don't know is I've been calling Motley's Plumbing and Heating. They're fully licensed and insured. I just simply call 304-253-HELP, and here they come down the road to fix the problem. It just feels so good to get rid of the guilt.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is that first sip when you taste the peppermint chip pieces. It's like catching snowflakes on your tongue, and it just feels like the holiday season has begun.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. It tastes like it's just the top of the line peppermint. For me, no milkshake is topping the Peppermint Chip Milkshake.
Ready to start the second half here in Beckley, and Bob, so put your coaching hat on, and what do you think Cabell Midland? We talked about Shady playing a great defense. So for Cabell Midland, maybe how do you what are you telling your players in the locker room?
Well, they're starting out with something different, a 1-4 set. They have to get stuff going towards the basket. Shady just forcing them, so far out of their offense. And then Shady against that matchup zone, right there.
Forcing to throw it away.
Yeah, and now Shady on the offensive end, they're going to see that matchup zone. I'd like to see somebody at the center of the foul line and attack it from there. There they are, spread out. See, I'd put Braden Chapman right in the center of that foul. Oh, look what they did. Cole Chapman going there.
Right.
There you go.
And Cabell Midland hasn't got a field goal in 3.5 minutes going back into the first half. So here's Maxwell with it, over to Mans. And that's one thing I noticed, I said back in the first half, Cabell Midland on the offensive end, we're starting their offense like 30, 40 feet away from the basket. Here's a deep three by Maxwell, in and out, no good, and Cabell Midland able to come out of there with the rebound.
And what Ronnie Olson did there, and a lot of coaches do that.
There's an open look, a three ball, no good for Cabell Midland. Putting up that three was Fetty, and back the other way comes Cabell Midland. Chapman, they cut him off. They whip the pass around over to Mans. He's open for three. Back iron, no good. Long rebound. Cabell Midland controls.
What Shady did, they went to a man-to-man offense against that matchup. A lot of coaches do that. I'd still like to see what they would do if you put somebody at the center of that foul line.
A deep three by Schmidt, no good. Holstein able to clear.
A ball handler at the center of that foul line against that matchup.
And here comes Cole Chapman, rather. Here's a little scoop shot and an offensive foul they call on Mans.
Yeah. And what you like to get against a matchup, if you put somebody in the center, Cabell Midland's going to adjust, but then you put your two shooters on the same side of the floor, one on the wing and one on the corner. Then you have your triangle. Then you have the ball at the free throw line where you can score from there. And the defense has to adjust somebody from the opposite side of the floor, and then that usually gets them out of that matchup zone and makes them up. There's a trap.
Yep. There was a lot of contact and no whistle, and there's going to be a timeout from Cabell Midland, as this will be a 30-second timeout. But you're right. They just kind of looked like they caught Cabell Midland by surprise by jumping into that trap.
Yeah, and Shady's going to trap you. Right now where Shady's struggling offensively, Ronnie Olson is trying to figure out a way to get points on the board. Well, he's trying to do it by trapping, getting steals, and they need to get some easy layups.
And, Bob, you got to think, with as good as Shady's defense has been, that if they were to get a little 6-8 nothing run, they could really put a lot of distance between them and Cabell Midland and maybe really put the game away here in the third quarter.
Can you imagine years ago saying Shady's playing Cabell Midland and Shady is shooting 33% and they're up 10?
Up 10.
That is a compliment to your program.
Yeah.
And they're not going to shoot better. And then Cabell Midland, somebody other than the Smiths brothers needs to get a bucket right now. They haven't got one since 5 o'clock today, or no, they haven't got one in a week and a half.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
Well, they haven't. They haven't scored today. Somebody's got to get a bucket other than those two, or Shady can just keep collapsing, jumping all over Dominique Smith. He still was able to get to the basket.
And the thing about it, he's got to work really, really hard to get what he got, and he couldn't finish, but he does draw the foul. But, that was a nice take by Dominic Schmidt, by the way, by Chandler Schmidt.
Yeah. Chandler Schmidt there, after he missed that, one of the Shady players had the rebound. He took it from him and practiced again. And if he tried that again, I don't think you'd see the Shady player right here. Watch Schmidt afterwards. He spins, he misses. Now watch him afterwards. Jordan had the rebound, and Schmidt just went and took it out of his hands and shot it again. And usually you do that, you're talking Elbow City somewhere.
Yeah, so both Schmidt brothers have 9 points apiece, and this second free throw is no good. So he gets one of two.
Great hustle.
Yep, Cabell Midland turns over Shady. Now Schmidt into the lane, passes the ball to his brother. Nice drive, scoop shot. Whoa, what a play. A nice finish by Dominic Schmidt.
Yeah, Dominic Schmidt has all the finishes, the deep threes. Cut it to 7.
You know, like I said, they caught Shady on a night where Shady has not shot the ball well. Trying to make a run with their own defense. Here's a little short shot into the lane. No good. That shot was put up by Braden Chapman. And here's a chance for Cabell Midland to cut into the lead even more. And they turn it over. They have an opportunity to cut in the lead, and they turn it over.
Yeah, as we take a look at the little scoop, kick out, and look at Chandler Schmidt. Up, under, whoop-de-doo.
Wow.
If you're playing horse, that's H on you, baby.
Boy, yeah, that's HORSC. That's good morning, good afternoon, good night, isn't it? So here comes Shady on the attack. Is Cole Chapman with it? It's been a grind offensively tonight for both of these teams, so credit the defense. There's a ball screen head of the lane. Ball goes to Maxwell. Beg your pardon. Pass the ball now out to Cole Chapman, and they'll reset the offense. Chapman penetrates into the lane, throws the ball down to Holstein, and he throws it to nobody and throws it away. So Cabell Midland forces a Shady turnover. Bob, we played almost 3 minutes of this third quarter. Shady still hadn't scored.
I don't even know how to answer that one, Maris. You know, this matchup zone is giving Shady fits.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, and you know this from coaching. I mean, you know, you got to get stops, but you got to put the ball in the basket too.
Yeah, and you know, I would say Cabell Midland hasn't shown that matchup zone, so it's caught Shady a little bit off guard. And you know, Shady likes a 5-out offense, and when you're running 5 out, you usually don't have anybody at the free throw line. And I believe it's time to put somebody at the free throw line.
That was a good look by Fetty, and he couldn't get it to go, but Cabell Midland will keep the possession. So Cabell Midland's just hanging around. Fetty has it now. They get the ball back out high over to Frost. They get the ball down low. Fetty left the lane, shoots and scores.
Fetty with a bucket. Somebody finally gets a bucket for Cabell Midland as they cut it to 5. Cabell Midland again in that matchup. Shady again with 5 on the perimeter.
And Shady hasn't scored in 3.5 minutes going back to the first half. Here's Maxwell trying to break that drought, puts up the shot, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it goes off the face of Chandler Schmidt, and Shady will keep the possession under their own basket.
Now let's see how Cabell Midland plays this OB under. They're not going to be able to stay in that matchup, or Shady can get a layup easily. And Shady should look for something. Good play.
Jordan,
play.
Yep,
there you
right
go.
To the basket.
Okay.
Count it if it goes. It doesn't go, but Holstein will draw the foul.
And you knew Shady was going to do that. Now you take that same principle and say, let's attack the matchup zone that way, and they could get them out of that zone.
And, Bob, to your point, you knew that, and I sensed that as well. Why wouldn't Cabell Midland know that?
On the Alabounds?
Yes.
Well, I mean, Shady's had 5 on the perimeter all night. And then Alabounds play, you know, they've been in the matchup zone. He couldn't get them out of it, couldn't get them into something else, and Shady took advantage of that.
And Holstein misses the second. He makes the first of 2. And Bob, I know we're talking about when we were kids, but back in the 70s, I remember Al McGuire always used to say you should zone when the other team takes the ball out under your own basket. That might have been the case back then. I don't know about now.
Yeah, you might be older than me, Maris. I don't remember the 70s.
Yeah, I got you maybe by years. There's a foul on the rebound, but I was always an admirer of the late, great Al McGuire, but that's what he used to say. And I know the game has changed totally when we were kids in the 70s to how they play now going into 2022.
Boy, you keep going to that. And I think my dad knew Al McGuire. No,
yeah.
I know National Championships 1977 mark. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll go. I'm just not going to date myself on
I
there.
know. We had the great Butch Lee on that team.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here goes Shady. They're getting to there goes Holstein right in the middle.
Yeah.
He's coming out and setting that pick.
Setting the ball screen here.
Yeah.
Trying to get Chapman to go around it. Cole Chapman gets to Braden Chapman. And Braden Chapman will go down to the lane, kick the ball to Cole Chapman. He'll launch a 3. Got it.
And there was Braden Chapman got to the middle of the floor on the dribble, collapsed the zone, kicked it to his twin brother. Cole Chapman knocks it down.
So here's Cabell Midland back with the ball. Chandler Schmidt into the lane. Throws it to Dominic Schmidt. He'll penetrate. Whip the ball back out. Here's a 3 straight away. No good. Maxwell skies high for the rebound. Shady on the attack. 2-on-2. Here's a bounce pass. Jordan filling the lane to score right of the lane.
Yeah, Sam Jordan able to finish this half. Good pass by Cole Chapman. Takes the lead to double figures. You see a little giddy up in Shady right now.
Yeah, this is the biggest lead of the game.
There it goes again. They're getting in that running game.
Yeah, and this is when Shady's at their best. 2-on-2. Chapman into the lane. There's a trailer.
Oh, beautiful extra pass.
They pass the shot up. Maxwell takes the three. Holstein cleans it up, puts it back up and in.
For a timeout. They can't run with Shady. There's your other way.
Yes.
Attack the middle of the zone or get them in that running game. And there's your timeout.
There's the timeout we knew was coming. The biggest lead of the game is right here. That's a full timeout. We'll take it with them as you are watching live streaming coverage of the Battle for the Armory right here on Video Productions.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Welcome back to Beckley here at the Raleigh County Convention Center. And out of the timeout, Bob Shady with this largest lead of the game here at 13.
Oh, able to get in the running game. Got some defensive stops. Forced Cabell Midland into some quick shots. And that Shady style right there.
So here is Chandler Schmidt with it, way out high. Shady playing the man-to-man defense. Schmidt spot 16-footer from the left elbow and scores.
Yeah. So we were talking about earlier, his mid-range jumper. Great defense by Chapman. Better offense by Schmidt.
So here's Maxwell.
Got
nice pass to Holstein. Turns around on the low block, puts up the shot, no good, and the follow-through.
Hey, they attacked that zone inside there. I think the coaching staff for Shady's found a few weak areas of that matchup zone, and they've been able to exploit it.
Yeah, the biggest thing, too, for Cabell Midland, they've just not been able to get much offense from the role players. As here's a take to the basket, and we're going to have a Shady foul, I believe. Yep.
Maris,
look at Coach Olsen. He's not happy with it, but they're going to call. I thought he was going to kick the chair for a minute. He thought he had a held ball, and they'll call a foul. And I think they'll call it on the drive, not on the shots.
His vertical is not what he used to be. He used to have a much better vertical. Maris, I'll tell you. I'll get you on the timeout to tell you that story. But here's Cabell Midland with the OB under and Shady. Really good defense on that OB. Had a hard time getting it in.
Yeah, make it throw it out high. And here's a deep three, and that's going to be tough to make. And if it's the loose ball and Shady comes up with it. But if Chandler Schmidt would have made that three, I was just I don't know what you do. They turn it over, trying to get the ball to Mans in the open floor.
I saw the same thing Braden Chapman saw. Cooper Gibson with a great defensive play.
Yep, down the lane, and here's you think that's a wild shot, but it's not. He's very under control, and a nice finish at that time by Dominic Schmidt.
He's got the finishes. He's got the drives. Nothing easy, but it's Shady. Great defense, just better offense. Look at this. Cut over, spin, crossover, kind of a running hook. Holstein did a great job not fouling, just better offense.
And, Bob, he shoots that shot with confidence.
He can play.
Right, he's a player, absolutely. And if you hadn't seen him play, you're like, man, how's that stuff going in? But that's very common because he's very confident in that shot. Here's a three from the right side put up by Braden Chapman. No good, and here comes Cabell Midland with it. So this is a big possession as we come down to the final minute of the third quarter. And here's Dominic Schmidt, a deep step back three, in and out, no good. Chandler Schmidt with the offensive rebound and the putback.
One of the few offensive rebounds tonight, and the first second chance bucket for Cabell Midland all evening.
And to get it to single digits, says here's a drive to the basket, count if it goes, and it doesn't go for Cole Chapman, he'll get to the line to shoot two.
Yeah. I'll tell you earlier, we played in here at Mountain State one game, and a team ran a box in one on us, and we were flat out terrible. And before I could get home, I was on the cell phone, and I called 5 coaching friends, and I said, give me your best thing against a matchup zone. And I wrote them all down, and the next day at practice, I picked out the top 3 things I liked. we put it in against not a matchup, against a box and one,
right.
and never got boxed in one again.
Yeah.
And it was odd. We used the box man as a picker, and it opened everything up. And Shady they'll have something for the next time they see a matchup zone.
Well, Cole Chapman, he made them both, and it's back to a double-digit lead. So here's Cabell Midland on the attack. Dominic Schmidt with it, trying to get to the lane, trying to get to the rim, puts up the shot off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound. It's loose on the floor. Good hustle and out of bounds, and it'll go over to Shady.
Yeah, 31.8 here. If Cabell, I was going to say if they stay in that matchup zone, Shady will take the last shot, but here they go, full court pressure.
Yep.
Good coaching moves by both teams. Now, if they're dropping back to that matchup, look for Shady to go for the final shot.
Yeah, here's Maxwell. He's got an open look, but he passes it up, and I think they will go for the final shot of the quarter.
Smart move by Ronnie Olson.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you're guaranteed to take a double-digit lead into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you don't. Even if you miss, you don't want Cabell Midland to have another chance to be able to cut into your lead.
No.
So last shot time here in the final 7 seconds of the third. Chapman, and he has the ball stripped. Cabell Midland might get a shot off if they can beat the horn, and they cannot. At the end of three, your score, Shady 39, Cabell Midland 28. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Battle for the Armory here on Video Productions.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dad, what is a backflow prevention device?
Well, it's a device that's used to protect water supplies from contamination or pollution in homes or businesses.
Is that why you were talking to that man?
Well, he was a certified plumber from Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's is fully licensed and insured in testing, installation, and service of backflow prevention devices. I just call 304-253-HELP, and they'll take care of it the right way.
I thought it was something for the car, so Mom wouldn't hit the house again when she was back here.
And we're headed to the fourth quarter here in Beckley, and Shady will inbound the ball. They have a double-digit lead, and getting set to put the ball in play will be Braden Chapman, and he'll throw it to his brother Cole Chapman as we start the fourth quarter. So here's Shady with it. There's a high screen. They get the ball over to Maxwell. Maxwell backs it back out. Now over to Braden Chapman down the lane, and he's stripped, and they call a foul. So Cabell Midland thought they were off to the races, Bob, but the ones that count say nope. They blow the whistle, and it's a foul, and it's going to be on the drive. Shady will keep it under their own basket.
Yeah, neither team in the bonus yet. Shady with the same. Had him again.
Yeah, I think he missed him, didn't he?
And then they switched, and Cole Chapman was open. So Shady needed to go the second option on that OB, a good OB.
So here is Braden Chapman with it. Now over to Cole Chapman, or rather Braden Chapman with it now.
That's a foul, two fouls.
Yep.
Yeah, that was two fouls there. I don't know what the referees were seeing there.
And here's a turnover, and there's going to be an offensive foul. Good defense back in the transition. A good job that time by Cole Chapman to take that charge.
Yeah, an easy call by the refs. Cole Chapman with great defensive position as we take a look at it again. Cole Chapman, feet set. He could have ate a peanut butter sandwich. He waited so long. Great call on the charge. On the other end, I thought Braden Chapman was mugged twice with the ball. And I promise you, the kid's got an honor streak in him. If they reach in there again, they'll catch an offensive foul. He's just got that in him.
Right.
And I like it in him.
Right.
That's not dirty, but, he's not going to let somebody reach on him again.
Well, here's the thing. Shady can be very aggressive because Cabell Midland, as there's a foul, and they're over the limit. So with that foul, that's the 17th foul. So for the rest of the way, it'll be 1-and-1 time, or when we get to 10 fouls, the two-shot, the double bonus. But Shady, here's a chance for, even though they've struggled from the floor tonight, Bob, as they haven't had a field goal in almost 3 minutes, they can score from the free throw line with Cabell Midland being, over the limit in fouls.
Well, the weak area has been the middle, as we've been talking.
Yep.
And Shady's figured out a way to get the ball there, setting a ball pick at the top and getting it to the middle off the bounce. So when it collapses, when the zone collapses, you should have some open threes. I don't care how you get the ball in the middle. If you get off the bounce, if you kick it to somebody, get the ball to the middle.
Right.
and collapse the matchup zone.
So here's the bonus shot, and he got them both. And this equals the largest lead of the game right here. So here comes Cabell Midland, but it's been a tough time for, as you mentioned, Bob, anybody other than who's not named Schmidt to score for Cabell Midland.
Yeah, it has been.
And there's going to be a foul, and it's going to be a two-shot opportunity, I think, here for Chandler Schmidt.
Yeah, and cameraman thought he got ball there, but, they called the same call on this end last play for Cole Chapman. So as long as they're consistent, whether they're consistently good or consistently bad, as a coach, you just want them to be consistent.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. I know in all the years that you've coached, that's just what you ask. And I think as a fan, broadcaster, coach, that's what you want is just the officials consistent on both ends of the floor.
And when you see the receding hairline and the gray hair on these officials, they've been through some battles. There's some older guys, and the official Bowles there, he used to have a lot of college games. So a good veteran officials on this game.
And uncharacteristic, both free throws were missed by Chandler Schmidt. Shady with a chance to give they have the largest lead of the game, and can they extend it? This is tied the largest lead for the game. As that three is no good. The tip is no good. Here's a run out, and they try to save it, but right into the hands of Shady, right into the hands of Cole Chapman. And over to Maxwell. Maxwell into the lane, and a lot of contact. And we've got a foul, and it'll be free throw time over the limit.
And Maris, the old school, a minute ago, Cabell Midland got away with a foul on we may see it here.
On the drive there.
Watch Holstein. Okay. The possession before that, Holstein went up for a rebound,
and
they went to block him out and undercut him, and that is a foul.
Sure.
And coaches he's over the back. Well, no, he's allowed to jump straight up, and if the defender that's boxing him out cuts under him, that's a defensive foul.
Absolutely. As Maxwell misses the front end, he doesn't get the bonus, obviously, because he missed the front end. But, I totally agree with that. Here's a nice drive to the basket, offensive rebound.
Now there's your foul.
Yeah,
that's
a mug.
Yeah, Chandler Schmidt using his strong shoulders, getting the offensive rebound, getting the defender in the air, and taking advantage of the defender being out of position. Now he's rewarded with two free throws. And I think these officials have done a great job.
I think they have too.
That's a hard call, but you see so many coaches think, he's over the back. That's not over the back. If the blocking out defender slides under the offense, that's a foul.
So there's a couple of free throws coming, and really that was a good foul there to make. You don't want to give up the layup to make Chandler Schmidt earn it from the free throw line, where he had just missed two free throws prior to this attempt at the free throw line.
Yeah, look for Cabell Midland. 6:17 left. They're going to have to get into their full court pressure and take some chances. Boy, has he missed another free throw.
He's one of his last four, but the way Shady plays and how good they are defensively, they make you look ugly, don't they? They make the team who they're playing play ugly. Cabell Midland try to extend pressure.
2-1-2. And it causes the turnover.
They turn them over.
Now can they make Shady pay on the other end?
And Shady almost got the turnover, and we'll see if they can make them pay. So they get the ball inside. Shot up, not close. Back with the short shot and scores. That's a nice job by Taylor, able to score in traffic. There's a pass right down the lane as Mans finishes.
Yeah, great pass by Braden Chapman. Doesn't have the shot going tonight, but does all the other things well. Beautiful pass by Braden Chapman.
Well, we're going to get to a point in the game where Cabell Midland's going to have to get some stops if they're ever going to really have a legit chance to come back and win the game. And here's a deep three, and it's no good. And, of course, that three is put up by Dominic Schmidt, and the ball will go out of bounds to Shady.
Yeah. And as we take a look on the other end, Braden Chapman, left-hand dribble, Mans, great catch and finish. Beautiful pass.
That is, and it's a nice finish, a little scoop shot right down the center of the lane. So here's Jordan with it, passes the ball to Mans into the corner. They get the ball back out. Here's a three straight away. Front of the rim, no good, but the long rebound comes to Mans, and he'll whip it out to Holstein. Holstein will throw the ball back out to Cole Chapman, and Shady will reset the offense. Ball comes here near side over to Braden Chapman. Chapman will put it on the deck, whip a pass to the far side. Around the horn they go. Open look for Mans from three, and an air ball. He maybe was too wide open.
Yeah, that's probably just frustration with the way tonight because Cameron Mans is a big-time shooter.
Yeah, he had a really good look. Here's a three ball by Dominic Schmidt. It's no good, and the rebound comes to Cole Chapman. Chapman races the ball up the floor with a nice bounce pass to Holstein, who finishes left of the lane.
Jaden Holstein with a strong finish. Cole Chapman with another assist. Shady up 14. Everything going their way.
It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them, and we'll be right back as you're watching live streaming coverage of the Battle for the Armory here on Video Productions.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And out of the timeout, Cabell Midland will have it. Biggest lead of the game is right here at 14 as we come down the stretch to the final 4 minutes of this game. And Cabell Midland's going to have to make a move right now, Bob, if they're really going to have any chance of really realistically pulling this game out. As there's a nice drive, and they'll call it on the drive. That's only the 16th foul on Shady. So Cabell Midland will inbound on the baseline. So inbounding the ball will be Chandler Schmidt, and he'll do so and get the ball over to Gibson into the far corner. Gibson has it now, and Shady really extending the pressure. Here's Dominic Schmidt into the lane, a little floater. It's short, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it will stay with Cabell Midland.
Now, Maris, I know you've been doing this announcing for 100 years, and there's a talent for keeping the crowd with you. And if they scored 31 in 3.5 quarters as Chandler Schmidt gets a bucket, it's going to be difficult. And, you know, I'm a realist, and it's going to be very difficult for Cabell Midland to come down. But I do understand keeping the crowd. I understand that part. I'm just not real good at it.
Well,
I have to tell things like they are. And with the ball handlers Shady has, with the ball handlers they have and the ability to spread the floor, they'll be able to eat some clock out. Ronnie Olson wants to finish on a strong note. I'm not saying 12 is insurmountable because it's possible, but the way
the game's been going.
Yeah, it's 12. It feels like 20.
It does, and the way Shady's defense has been, and, of course, being over the limit, the fouls will get him to the line as Maxwell will throw the ball to Holstein in the corner, and Shady running clock here, which I think is a good thing. You want to make sure this is a good offensive trip. You know, you don't want a bad shot, obviously, so run a little clock, make sure you get what you want. And I'd say a layup gets what you want, even though he missed the shot, did Chapman. And here comes Cabell Midland out there with it. Racing down the floor, puts a shot up right of the lane. It's no good. It's a blocking foul. So getting to the line will be Gibson, and a chance to score with the clock stop.
Boy, as soon as I say that, Cabell Midland's got a chance to get 4 in a row. But, yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, there have been times where your team – you know, you might be in the same situation down a little bit, and you're like, hey, we got to keep
if I was coaching, we're going to win this game.
Right. Heck
you got to think
your guys up
But now, when you got this headset on, you just got to tell the truth.
Different.
Let's take a look here. Braden Chapman trying to get the charge, and the offensive player, Cooper Gibson, jumped to the right. He kind of took it on the shoulder, and good referees don't give you that one. So all right, here comes the press, Maris. Let's see if Shady, I mean, that's the one chance Cabell Midland has is to take chances and force turnovers. And there's the trap, and Cole Chapman makes the right play.
Holstein passes across the way to Maxwell. Maxwell gets into the lane, will shoot the short shot, back iron, no good. Holstein keeps it alive to Maxwell. Down the lane, puts the shot up, no good. And here's Cabell Midland, Bob, with a chance to get it to single digits, and there's a foul, and Shady over the limit. So the clock stopped.
Well,
Cabell Midland can get it to single digits if they can make these free throws here.
Now, dumb loses more than smart wins.
Absolutely.
And right there you see Ronnie Olson pointing at the basket. Jaden Holstein did a tremendous job of giving his team an extra possession. Well, what you do right there when you get the extra, you pull it out.
Right.
You run 20, say, well,
Sure.
Maxwell tried to get the bucket, didn't. Now you go to the other end. Cabell Midland gets the rebound. What's the thing you don't want to do is foul, and they did, but it didn't hurt them.
Yeah, Frost misses the front end, so obviously there's no back end to the bonus opportunity. And now Shady, I'm sure, want to spread the floor here as we talked about, Bob, and run some clock here.
Yeah, and Shady's only been in one close game this year.
And Maxwell says, the heck with running clock. I'll just dial it up from long distance.
And when you can shoot like he can and you have the green light, Amar Maxwell says, I'm going to end this thing. Great three-pointer by Maxwell.
He was wide open.
He was wide open,
It was just like a layup.
Yeah, that was different than the preceding possession.
Right.
And
so if you got an open look and you're a good shooter, what the heck? Here's a three ball on the other end for Cabell Midland.
And then look at Maxwell.
Maxwell
Now
skies to get
that
the
was
rebound.
a big boy rebound.
Heck of a
now
rebound.
You make the right play here.
Yep. Maybe run a little clock. They throw the ball back out. Open three on the left side. Good.
And Shady has been wanting to play like that all night. They finally get it going. They want to end on a good note and get ready for the championship of the Little General Classic tomorrow.
Biggest lead of the game right here. And we're going to have a Shady foul. But back-to-back threes.
Yeah. And let's take a look at it. Nice drive. Braden Chapman to his brother, the other part of the law firm, Cole Chapman, knocks down the big three.
And, Bob, both threes that Shady made, they were both uncontested. They were wide open. They had great looks.
Yeah, and that was Braden Chapman, who hasn't shot the ball well, creating an opportunity for his twin brother by driving the gap, drawing the double team, and kicking it out. And now right now with a minute 43, conservative, you pull it out, but Shady's trying to get some momentum for the championship game. They'll attack. They will attack this press right now, and I don't blame them. They want to get their Wojo back. Look at that.
But if you're Cabell Midland, wouldn't you
Good
foul?
play. Did you see Maxwell
Right.
make that smart play there?
Yeah, there's an air ball. But if you're Cabell Midland, wouldn't you foul? Holstein tries to finish and can't.
No, don't.
And he gets it back, puts it up, and we got a whistle, and we will have a foul.
Yeah.
And
As long as Shady's trying to score, Maris, you wouldn't want to foul them. You know, you'd foul them when they're just trying to hold the ball and dribble.
Right.
Shady's still trying to score. They were 0 for 3 there. So Cabell Midland, they don't want to waste one. And Sam Jordan doing a good job there of battling for the boards, and he's getting rewarded at the free throw line.
so he will get to the free throw line. Will Sam Jordan? It's 1-1. That foul was called on the floor. So Jordan, first free throw is no good. And Cabell Midland down 15. Will race the ball up the floor.
Good pass.
Yep, three ball. Got it. Nice three ball hit by Cooper Gibson.
Good job by Schmidt finding Cooper Gibson. Cooper Gibson with the feet set knocks down the three.
So there's a nope. Thought they was going to call a foul.
That
well,
was a
I thought it was, and they didn't call
It
it.
was.
Well, everybody thought it was a foul except for the ones that count. Is Maxwell with a spin move, a finish right of the lane.
Nice, strong spin move by Amar Maxwell.
So under a minute, and Shady's going to win this game. As here is Schmidt. A nice little kiss off the glass in the lane for Chandler Schmidt. And Shady back the other way. Maxwell attacking the rim. Counted it. It goes. And it goes.
Yeah.
Wow, Maxwell's played really, really well, and he's had some really great moves to the basket.
Oh, look at this one. The right, left, cuff the ball. Good look up the field. Watch this. 1-2, little Euro, sweet kiss off the glass with the left hand. Amar Maxwell's ending this evening for Shady on a high note.
And, Bob, to me, those are things that you can't really coach. That's just good instinct, athletic ability, what Maxwell did.
Well, I can agree with you to a point there, Maris, but there's been situations at practice where the coaching staff has encouraged that move and they've worked on it. So it's not coached on game night, it's coached in the gym.
And here's Schmidt, muscle it up, drawing the foul.
And like that foul right there.
Yep.
There was no coaching that got him there, but there's a lot of coaching in the weight room that got that kid strong enough to make that play.
I'm sure any success that any kid has at any level is because they've been coached up. There's no question about that.
Yeah. And with that move by Maxwell, I mean, he is athletic, but his athletic ability, he's really worked on being able to perform and make moves like that.
Chandler Schmidt has really struggled from the foul line as Dominic Schmidt misses that three. And Shady, do they really need to score anymore? They really don't need to. They'll just run out the final 18 seconds. They don't need to score anymore. They're going to win the game.
Yeah.
They're 56-43, and I think that's it. They'll just run out the time. And Shady will get back in the win column after the loss to Logan. Shady will go to 4-1. Cabell Midland will be at 500 2-2.
And they ended on a positive offensive note. which they have been trying to do all night.
Well, I think if you can hold a good Cabell Midland team to 43 points, that says a lot about your defense. And Shady able to win the game. The final score is Shady 56, Cabell Midland 43. As I mentioned, Shady is now 4-1, and Cabell Midland will go to 500 at 2-2. We'll take a break, come back, recap. You're watching live streaming coverage of exciting high school basketball here in the Battle for the Armory. This is the Burger King division here on Video Productions.
Looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your advantage.
And welcome back to Beckley. Final score here at the Raleigh County Convention Center. The third game in the books of this little general event. 56-43, Bob, and Shady. They led 19-12 at the quarter, 27-17 at the break, 39-28 at the end of 3. They had a lead as big as 16. They win by 13, 56-43.
Too much D.
Yeah.
I mean, Shady, let's say defense wins championship, but offense puts butts in the seats. And they won it on defense, and then in the fourth quarter, Shady was able to get into their rhythm, get the game going up and down the court. And Shady Spring, regardless of class, is one of the top teams in the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, no question about it. And they held a very good Cabell Midland team to 43 points and held them to only 32% shooting from the floor, 15 of 47. So an outstanding total team win for Ronnie Olson's club.
Well, and that sets up, and I mean, with Beckley, Woodrow Wilson coming up in the nightcap, and, you know, as a 4A school playing a single A school, they have to be the favorite. And
yeah,
that
big favorite.
And Shady's done their part by beating a good 4A team. And if Woodrow does their part, that sets up the championship. And if there's any criminals out there breaking in houses, Shady Spring will be the place to go tomorrow night, because those people in the gold, those crazy people in the gold from out there, will be showing up in this Armory tomorrow night like you haven't seen before.
And, Bob, I think not just Shady fans, Beckley fans, and just basketball fans, I think, that would want to watch Beckley and Shady, because Shady's beat Beckley the last couple of times. I think that would draw a lot of interest from a lot of people.
I think you're right there, Maris, but Shady knows that set. They were 0-95 in all male sports up until a few years ago, and then they've been able to come out there and beat Beckley. And you trust me, the Shady people, that game is circled on their calendar, and they'll be out in full force here at this Raleigh County Armory. I've been following them for 4 years now, and I know they'll be out here in full force. And hopefully the Beckley people will be out here in full force, and this can look like something in this building from years ago, or when the two Wyoming County teams play, and this place looks crazy. It will be a crowd in here tomorrow night.
Well, Bob, I'm going to tell you a story. You may not know this. My uncle, Ray Richmond, who played for Shady in 1953, he played with Kenny Ward, and you know Kenny Ward, who coached at Liberty, and he played at WVU. They were on a team that lost to Beckley by 1 point in the tournament. My uncle Ray Richmond, he missed what would have been the game-winning shot. And until Shady beat him the first time, that's the closest Shady had ever come to beating Beckley. So it has been a long time. And now that Shady has finally not just opened the door, but kicked it down and got that win, I think we'll see Shady play much better on the offensive end tomorrow night, and I think it will be Beckley. But, you know, Beckley still has to go out and take care of business tonight. But we'll wait for that for tomorrow night.
Yeah, you got those Shady faithful, like Harold Lilly Fish. He probably remembers that shot in 1953. Now, Maris, I don't.
I wasn't born either, Bob. So
I just know that these Shady kids they have a powerhouse now. And Beckley has been a powerhouse in the 90s and the 2000s, won multiple state championships. Shady was able to get theirs last year, and this will be a battle if Beckley holds on to their end of the bargain, which they should. I just tell like if
right,
they should.
You're right.
If they hold on to their end, this could be what's the name of the tournament? The Little General
Battle for the Armory,
and that's what it'll be tomorrow.
Yes.
Battle for the Armory. And it'll be packed in here.
We're going to take a post-game break. We'll come back. We'll wrap this one up. The final score, Shady defeats Cabell Midland 56-43. Shady is now 4-1. Cabell Midland 2-2. You're watching live streaming coverage of the battle for the Armory here on Video Productions.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Motley's Plumbing and Heating of Beckley, West Virginia is now hiring journeyman or master plumbers. You must have a West Virginia plumbing license and a valid driver's license. All interested parties may apply at Motley's Plumbing and Heating at 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Or interested applicants can call 304-253-HELP. Once again, you may apply in person at Motley's Plumbing and Heating, 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Motley's Plumbing and Heating is an equal opportunity employer.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Taking a look at some final numbers with this Shady victory is brought to you by Giovanni's Pizza. Giovanni's Pizza with 2 locations, Leicester Square, Sophie, and Glen Daniel, and also by Red Roof Inn, located in Canal City. Go to redroofinn.com for your reservations. Bob, we take a look, like we talked about earlier in the segment, 43 points. Shady held Cabell Midland to just 15 of 47 from the floor, only 4 of 24 from downtown, and abysmal 9 of 18 from the foul line. So Cabell Midland, because of Shady's defense, didn't shoot it well. But normally Cabell Midland, in games I've done in the past, have shot it much better from the free throw line, only, like I said, 9 of 18.
And Chandler Schmidt shot 15 of those and shot below 50%, and he's an excellent shooter. I mean, the first game of playing without a background for Cabell Midland, that's difficult to do. That could be some of the reason for the bad shooting. Let me just tell you this, Shady Spring won a game against a 4A school by 13 points, and Braden Chapman was 1 for 9. I would not want to be the person guarding Braden Chapman tomorrow because he's a first-team All-Stater.
I agree.
And he'll go down before it's said and done as one of the best players in the history of Shady Springs. So he'll come out mad at the world tomorrow, ready to play. And I thought it was a good team win for Shady. Amar Maxwell with 16 points, Cole Chapman 21. You know, I mean, the job of a point guard is to create rhythm and balance for your team. Cole Chapman was able to create that rhythm and balance, but still put 21 points down. So those two right there carried Shady tonight, and they will be ready for the championship tomorrow.
Yeah, Shady final numbers, 19 of 53 from the floor, 6 of 20 from downtown, 12 of 19 at the line. Before we sign off, Video Productions would like to thank our live streaming sponsor tonight, Dave and Cindy Chin of Zapparatus Real Estate. Dave and Cindy work 24/7 to meet your scheduling needs. So whether you're buying or selling, you want to contact David and Cindy Chin so they can help you through the process. You can see the number there on your screen, 304-575-0838. All right, so this one's in the books. The next game coming up, the Beckley Flying Eagles take on St. Joe's. We'll take a break, and we'll be back at 7:45 for the 8 o'clock tip as we appreciate your attendance watching here on Video Productions.